Hello.
How are you?
I am warming myself by the fire in this cool, crisp evening.
You could have come to our fire in the castle ruins.
Apologies, my poor eyesight. My one eye. I am
It
not
is
able to see
alright.
very far.
It is alright.
No worries at all, friend. Good.
I'd like you to meet Leviathan.
A man whose reputation precedes him. Pleasure. It is all mine.
Oh no, friend.
Hmm.
No,
The pleasure
greetings
is
aside,
definitely
I
his.
have a sacrifice. But before I begin, burn this part of myself.
And the burning is complete? Is it complete?
What I have for you, friend. First off, also this was all harvested from, like I said, several innocents and also several evils. I had to
And I thought
saying.
I'd give you a little special something from a special somebody.
And who might that be? Anyone worth naming?
A, a pleasurable young man by the name of Duro, I believe he was called?
Seems like he is getting in over his head.
Unfortunately, he was caught in our web like a fly. He was at the wrong place in the wrong time.
Ah, no matter. This is why we carry the tokens of the underground.
I believe that some of
Yes,
the blood that he just gave you is from a woman named Millie.
yes. Nice doctor that I met.
She was very receptive.
She
She
was
didn't mind
recently with
blood.
child.
Ooh, that means she could be an interesting test subject.
Yes,
Does it not?
indeed.
It wasn't taken willingly, so you'll have some fear in that blood as well, my friend.
It always tastes a little better that way to me, but I know you're not gonna eat it.
And not this, unfortunately, but it should prove useful that it was taken under duress.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, all of it was taken under duress, friend.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excellent.
We ghosts take what we wish, and not really bother giving any back.
There are two men that will need further action, perhaps. I do not wish to tell you what to do. However, Runar and Cujo both have proven to be spiteful in the eyes of our goals.
Runar and Lucy have a bit of a connection, if you will. I can exploit that in many, many ways.
I will permit you to bar again.
Do not compromise anything you are doing for me, please. This can be reserved for later, if possible. The other man, Cujo, is much less important.
That is true. Runar does hold significance in Stagnum.
Where can we find this Cooch?
Believe he is with those in Warren Cove. They call themselves the Talons.
Hmm. Interesting.
I think I understand where you're going with this, friend. Oh,
I wasn't able to bring this to the location, but I have a bit of stuff listed down that might interest everyone that needs to read it. Just some notes I jotted down this morning. It appears that the Red Union is engaging in torture. I personally sat behind their police station and listened to it happen. They used a bat on the poor guy. That's not... They can't use a bat. That's just too simple. Something like this is much more fun.
Connoisseurs of your work.
Possibly.
It is good to know that you support Drake. His ambitions. I was there at the police department in Sandy when he was taken prisoner.
I was there for part of it. I tried to assist him in some ways with providing character witness, if you will. I mentioned that he just so happened to save my life when Zeds attacked me. Of course, that never happened, but they did take it into account when was not having any evidence against him. Then they abandoned him in the middle of the woods with a bag over his head.
Dishonorable. The Reds are nothing but a nuisance.
I agree.
I've not been around long enough to really witness that yet, but you know, whatever needs to be done, we're down.
Have you begun to gather NBC gear?
I have. I have
Good.
at least one suit prepped and ready. Of course, I'll have to get several more for the rest.
Yes, it is a long and arduous task, but it'll be worth it. For the bounties inside will benefit us all greatly.
They shall.
Is there anything I can do for you, your goals?
One of the only things that we ask is, of course, the sharing of information that portrays to anything that we may need to know or any targets we need to acquire. Of course, that's something you're already working on, so I assume that that's a need that's already met, if you will.
One thing that I require for my formula, I guess as you would call it, I'm needing to acquire more of this in order to completely convert Wraith back to her formal self. I've had a little trouble finding more, but I'm still looking.
Spectre is also requiring another dose. He seems to be splitting once again.
Lucas should have plenty of crystals.
I can speak with Lucas probably tomorrow. When the sun comes up, I could reach out to him. He's a good man. He seems quite sweet, to most people anyway.
Indeed.
Of course, I'm sure there's an underlying personality that not many see.
He's like a jawbreaker, many layers.
Yes.
Kind of like him.
Perhaps he
Maybe?
might let you.
We might have to ask Lucas.
Sorry. But you'll find friend that part of my charm is my narcissistic humor. I can't help it. It's just who I am, and it works well. It serves us well. As I'm the figurehead, but also the politician of Ghost. I do most of the talking and use those tactics as confusion for my victims and whatnot. But yeah, I'm a little weird sometimes.
That is good. Weird is what survives in the apocalypse.
Very true.
Of course.
But myself and dear Wraith have been through many battles and have seen more blood than a
Many,
lifetime's
many
worth.
sights. Don't people like that?
Yeah, that's sexy. But once the rest of my people, I have called for the rest of my people, and they'll be arriving soon.
Believe
we're
that they
expecting-
managed well receiving your message.
Si, señorita.
Hmm. Well, that
You-
means that there will be more to fear in the shadows quite soon on the Isle. We intend to bring a victim to the gods very soon. I'm sure you know of the altar well.
I have
We intend
walked
to force
its grounds.
somebody on it.
I've
Ooh.
never gone inside though.
We have decided that we want to send somebody in, whether it be willingly or not.
Oh, they'll go willingly.
Yes, they will have a chance to escape, of course, if they can manage to get out.
No, death is their only escape. So whatever.
I've only heard stories of the other side.
I've heard
it's very
rumors of
cold
what it can be.
and very wet.
Sounds like
I'm
a death
unsure of
sentence.
exactly what's on the other side, but whatever it might be.
I mean, I kind of want to go myself. I'm really curious, to be honest with you.
Honestly, me too, but I'd like to send somebody in first to see if they come back alive.
Fair enough.
Could be interesting.
Perhaps those that torch of death have gone in and seen the other side and returned.
Perhaps. Is
So
there
does this-
anything... Oh, go ahead.
Does
Limit,
Drake does Drake work with you as well? The fellow that we met a couple days ago.
Yes, he is a peer among peers, such as you are as well.
Like a nice
I
guy.
assume you are what he meant by a group we shall never know. It was an interesting encounter we had with him. Asking for our alliance, was it? Essentially? He asked if we would ever come to his aid if he needed it, and vice versa.
I liked his corpse hole, to be honest with you. It was nice.
Is it important for those
Yeah, he had a nice
that are
photo.
non-normal, non-standard stick together? The island is a rough place.
It is.
Well, I definitely have no qualms about sticking together as long as you understand that I want to see the world burn.
Indeed. I support him, and I will support you as well.
Well, I hope that
Anything you
our
need, you just
sacrifice was also
name it.
pleasing to your you and your group.
Of course, there's more where that came from. Should you be requiring it?
Yes, your precision is incredible and will be very useful.
We could always bring you a live one next time if you prefer. Of course, he might come kicking and struggling, but he could prove useful over time.
That fear,
Perhaps
the fear marinade.
you can find a writer, Portland or
Ooh.
Sanctuary. They would have information. Perhaps someone from Stagnum.
Baby
possible.
Ranger.
Ah, the baby ranger.
I beat him into next year a few days ago actually. I mean, he took a hard nap for quite a few hours.
Yeah, I mean that right hook you got is fucking nasty. I totally taught her that.
It would make
Maybe.
a good meat sacrifice, but for torture, I would need someone with more information, perhaps on the whereabouts of Hank or the New Order.
Interesting. This can be something that we inquire on. If I have anything along those lines, I'll reach out to you.
Be aware that the Red Union is attempting to work subversively and capture those for other factions. I believe Drake was the first of many.
You think that they'll come for us?
It's possible they will come
God, I
for
hope
anyone who asks
I
them.
hope
I hope so too. Let them come for us. We'll have our fun with those red boys. Not only will their armbands be red, but their clothes will too. They'll finally all match.
Ah,
I just like to have some toys, I'm sorry. It's been quite a while since I've had a good, interesting toy to play with.
I mean, you have been
There
this
just
sweet,
wasn't the
lovely
kid.
little girl for so long, and it's ready for my wraith to
Sorry.
return full.
I'm coming, don't you worry.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate the meeting. I appreciate your time. Is there anything else that we can do for you?
continue doing your best, for it has been noted.
Oh, we'll continue to hide in the shadows and take our victims and take whatever we.
Do not hesitate to request for help should you desire or need it.
We will not.
Absolutely.
We will not, excuse me, I just had a bit of a headache there. I assume that, the blood will be put to good use then.
Indeed, this will buy us enough time for a good while.
I'm glad.
Feel free to consume the rest.
We don't drink blood like vampires, if that's what you may have thought.
I did
Only-
that one time I did, but that was just
Okay,
kind of a weird occasion.
Yeah, that was just a bit of a drug binge or something. I don't know, but
I mean,
occasionally
after
I'll
you've
lick a
been for
little
so
bit
long,
off.
man. I mean, you got to think about other things you put up your nose, and I mean, your blood is not the best thing to put up your nose. I would tell you that firsthand.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I might do it again, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. But you know, it just depends. We definitely need to find some more candy first, so I can complete the transformation. As I don't know if you're aware, I have kind of a slight personality disorder. Sometimes I may be known as Chief and not Leviathan, and if I don't get my
Would you like a
dose,
special
I
sample?
revert.
Mr. Warlock, would you like a special sample?
Indeed.
It's a special sample right there. You might find it an interesting one to study, as I myself
Yeah,
have also been with child.
I cook that up on fire.
Mhm.
It's a mixture of several ingredients. Like I said, the crystal, a little bit of codeine, just a little bit of gunpowder, a couple other things. Secret recipe, you know.
That does sound delicious.
There's a couple side effects, but nothing too major to note about.
It couldn't
I
be
did
worse
fix
than
the,
walking among the dead.
Yeah. I mean, at first it created leakage problems, but I fixed that, so that's good.
I mean, ever since you gave it to me, I have had a reoccurring headache, but you know, it could be just
that's
because of the
just
beating I took from fear, if you remember that.
fear. Oh, yeah. After you left the lands
Ugh, yeah.
and lost yourself, I decimated them across the streets. They all bled.
Beautiful. In Alexandria?
Zygar, Irish, they're all dead, all of them. And
Oh my goodness. Commander Irish has finally died. That pleases me to know that their land is in terror.
oh yeah, I put a
And now
bullet
we
in
shall
his
bring
head
that same
personally.
fear to the Isle. These people will fear us just as they once did.
Oh no, they won't fear us. They'll love us like always. See, I have this uncanny way, my friend, of making the good people follow, all the way to their grave. I should have been a politician, but then all this shit happened.
Well, you were a cop at one point. You got close enough.
Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that. You were a cop too, bitch. We were all cops.
Fair enough.
You see, friend, we were cops in a small survivor town, and we got so sick of being beat down by bandits that we became bandits ourselves to hunt them down. But then, god damn, I realized that this is the life, and we never looked back.
Yes. We have a prime opportunity to shape the world how we want it to be.
Blood and terror.
Will not be the same, that is for sure.
No, and these fools that want to make it the way it used to be are just delusional.
If it didn't work before, why would it work now?
Yeah,
Especially after one's true colors have been shown.
And as method,
I don't know
as
about
Method
you, but
Man
I can't
once
be an
said,
accountant again.
Oh fuck that. But like Method Man once said, I like the blood, I like the terror, I like this place.
Yes. Well said.
Well, I think we've done enough talking for the three of us combined. Is there anything that you need to say? Anything else?
No, I am finished.
That's good.
Well,
I
I'm very
believe
pleased to
there
make
was
your
one-
acquaintance, friend, and I hope that we can serve each other in the future.
I also did want to ask if you come across any like-minded souls who you believe would make themselves a good fit among our kind, please send them our way.
Ah, that is an affirmative.
Unfortunately, our numbers have slightly dwindled, so we could use at least 3.
I will keep an eye and ear
That
to the
should be
ground.
perfect. Thank you.
Until next time.
Yes.
Until next
and
time.
Ah, yeah.